Hey, Gemini. We are here to do a reading. We're still playing with the light in here. It's a little more clear than it was, though. Hope you have all been well. We're just jumping into the longer form readings, doing whatever deck's called to me, which we are doing the lesson cards today. Which, let me see. Let me pull that out. Forgive me for... There we go. Soul's... Sorry. The Soul's Journey lesson cards. Puppy's in here. And the heat's on. You know. Life is happening here. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Okay. 3 cards came out, actually. Happiness. Yeah. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. With the artificial light comes issues. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I don't know if I've seen this one, actually. Let's see. Happiness, regret, and growth. I think a little happiness comes with accepting that you cannot change the past, and that you can only start from where you are. Start, you know. That is just, it's too bright. I can't do it. Okay. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. She's such a pain in my butt. Let's do the growth. Because I think, I don't know, it just seems like that would be the most helpful. Not that you need growth, but like, it sounds like action steps to me. I mean, health too, for sure. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. You are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. The lesson is to be aware of these events and recognize them for what they are. To be mindful. To live a mindful life is not only about respecting and honoring those around you, but it is also about recognizing every person and circumstance on your path as a teacher. The constant chatter and diversions of life on earth can distract you from the signposts that Spirit has left on your path. Take the time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge these gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Don't look for the opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive to the opportunities that are given. Okay. Release expectation. 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Now for the deck. We're going to use this little darker deck. It is the Hush Tarot. I'm sure she'll find something else. So don't worry about her. She's got plenty of stuff. Okay. You. What crosses headspace? Root of the matter. Recent past. Near future. How you see yourself, how others see you, hopes and fears, outcome, and an overall energy of, which was exactly before. I shuffled a bunch, but either I'm poor at shuffling, just, Ten of Wands. Which is slightly different. It's like this character underneath this cat, which is like, you can get the cat, but you can't see that character down there. Okay. Hi. Did you want to say hi to Gemini? Do you want to say hi to Gemini? No? It's reverse, reverse. Okay. You are the Three of Cups. I was going to say Three of Cardinals. So there's 3 cardinals sitting on a cup. It's togetherness, celebration. Well, it's not really celebration. It's just an energy of gathering, which is very, it's like that makes sense for that to be you as the Gemini. Now, what crosses you is a 5 of Swords. Oh, I need to get my face out of there. Something's conflicting. I won't yet know what that is. To be determined. Ten of Wands, though. Something's a little heavy. Not heavy, but like... Is it a burden or is it heavy? I feel it in my chest. I'm like, Might just be a lot going on. Headspace. Page of Swords. Could be news, a message. Swords is thoughts, ideas. This is a very interesting image, though. Headspace. Are you wanting to communicate something? Root of the matter. Hierophant. Sorry, get my face out of there. This is, it's like a crest, or is it actually a tombstone? It has 2 keys on it. The Hierophant energy is, institutions. Something the way it's always been done. Another 3 birds, though. She's so obnoxious. I'm so sorry. I give her basically every recyclable item to, like, play with before I toss it. I'm thinking about just starting over. Recent past. 7 of Wands. Defensive about something. Right? Either defensive or standing your ground. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. But she looks a little battle-worn. Your future. 7 of Cups. Which is... possibilities. Perhaps fantasy, perhaps illusion. There's a lot going on. There's a horse that is kind of hollow, which is like slightly macabre. A bunch of birds, snakes, maybe a couple other animals. But she looks like she's asleep on this horse. there's going to be some kind of confusion even in the near future. How you see yourself. 2 of Swords. Possibly not wanting to look at something. Has 3 cats though. What are 3s in this deck? With the ribbon. Not quite wanting to look at something. 10 of Wands. But you know what? Maybe it's not wanting... Maybe it's not that you don't want to look at it, but you do have the 10 of Wands. Maybe there's just like I said, a lot going on. And the health. 6 of Cups in how other people see you. Which, I like this card. I mean, as far as these cards go, this is much more optimistic. The symbol of the hare is usually, well, it's fertility, but also abundance. And 6 Cups. Oh, 6 of Cups is nostalgia. People see you as basking in emotional nostalgia? Or just memories. Doesn't necessarily have to be emotional. Hopes and fears. 9 of Swords. That is actually Gemini energy. Stress. There's stress here. I don't always know what these features are above her head, but today they kind of look like looking like masks falling away, which is good. Hopes and fears. Fear of stripping certain things away that might be potentially like stressful and vulnerable. Stripping things away. Outcome. Speaking of stripping things away, Queen of Swords for the outcome, which is good. That's discerning. That is air energy. This is such different energy, like switching up the decks like this. Cutting things away for your growth and happiness. Okay. Well, we'll just go here. If you have to leave people, places, habits, things behind, for your growth and happiness, health, and happiness. Even if they were once healthy things for you, it might. I'm not getting guilt from. I mean, this says regret, but I'm getting like a possible guilt or maybe a worry of regret. If you're outgrowing things, attempt to communicate them in your own time. And or like handle that as you will. Like depending on what that is. Could be anything. I'm getting a back to basics with this. That maybe having, it's not bare bones, but like a more streamlined intentions will be a healthier choice for you. And not that taking on a lot is inherently bad. I think we all go through shifts of like, I want to do all the things, and like, let's just focus on these couple things for this period of time, because that's either where your heart's at or what you have the the bandwidth for. Which is like, maybe they're like these huge killer things. You're like, I'm gonna make the bandwidth for these things. It's not about like a perceived inadequacy of any kind. It's not what I'm getting at. Like, it could be like, I want to do these two incredible things, so they're going to take precedence. Like that kind of thing. But it could be completely unrelated. But that is what I'm getting here. That, like, either you're in this Ten of Wands energy, or you're getting rid of this Ten of Wands energy by, like, kind of clearing the decks a little bit. Not necessarily doing things how they've always been done. Even this is the root of the matter. Maybe that's what you're addressing. That, like, it doesn't have to be how it's always been done. These readings are just leading right into each other. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Because Aries was choice point. Or they're moving on from other things that weren't working. Could be anything. And then Taurus was after that fact. Where are we going next? Like, we're going to do things differently. And it's kind of like in the same vein that I'm seeing here. It's coming from a different place than Taurus was. But doing things differently could really serve you. And I would say that, like, making choices to head in certain directions doesn't mean that you're doing that permanently, right? Like, I'm sorry about her sounds. Like, you could decide, I really, really want to focus on, how do we even say this? Like, to make it super, super de-duper simple, like a health regimen, or we'll even just say a practice. Like, you want to commit to journaling for a month or something, like, to keep it as basic as possible. You could say, like, okay, if I commit to journaling, then I'm not going to suspend this other habit. Like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna, like, either read or look at my phone for this month, before bed. I'm going to instead journal. And you can go right back if it's not like your thing. Like, same with people. Like, I'm going to stay away from this crowd for a chunk of time just to see how I feel. And if it's like you determined at some point that, like, that wasn't really affecting you one way or another, you were kind of felt the same, either motivation or lack of motivation, or whatever it is, for other things, that it wasn't really doing much. And then you evaluate, try different things. I am rambling. I hope that makes sense. But, like, should you decide to cut things out for a time, you can always bring them back in. Like, it doesn't have to be you got me. You're smart, cookies. All this cookie talk. But I love you. And I will see you again. Bye.